WDHN TV 18, Dothan, Alabama. This is News 18.
There appears to be a conflict in the stories on the refugee attack in Kosovo. Good evening, I'm Andrea Baupel, and this is News 18 at 10. The NATO air campaign against Yugoslavia continues, while NATO investigators try to sort out claims that Western warplanes attacked a convoy of ethnic Albanian refugees. ABC's Jim Sciutto has more.
The Serb side of the story is that NATO warplanes devastated a column of Kosovar refugees being escorted by Serb troops, killing 64 civilians and injuring at least 20 more. Hit only military targets, although it is investigating the attack. NATO also claims that Serb forces may have been to blame for the killings.
After the attacks on the military vehicles, that then either Yugoslav army or special police people went out in the middle of the convoy.
NATO's investigation moved forward as the alliance launched the latest round of air attacks. Meanwhile, the first look deep inside Kosovo in days paints a bleak picture. Video Kosovar villages set ablaze, and columns of refugees fleeing their homes through the pulled up its forces in the region. European Union leaders meeting in Brussels discussed halting the air campaign, at least for a day. German Chancellor Gerhard Schroeder proposed the 24-hour ceasefire if Yugoslav President Slobodan Milosevic begins to withdraw his troops from Kosovo. But the U.S. says it will not discuss any halt to the air attacks until Milosevic meets all of NATO's demands, including the complete and the acceptance of a NATO-led peacekeeping force.
We're talking about several things happening before there would be any contemplation of ceasing the campaign.
NATO says it has no plans to introduce ground troops, but Belgrade says that if NATO does invade Kosovo, Serbia will bring the war to its neighbors. Jim Sciutto, ABC News.
Sigelman's proposed state lottery is now a subject for Alabama voters to decide. The state Senate passed the lottery legislation 24-11 this afternoon, despite a two-day filibuster by lottery opponents. The referendum will go before voters in a special election this fall, but the governor hasn't yet selected a date. State senators are now set to consider a proposal to legalize video gambling at Alabama's 4 dog tracks, but that bill also faces a filibuster. Well, now that Governor Sigelman's lottery proposal has cleared the Senate, voters will decide sometime this fall law. But if the lottery referendum were held today, how would you vote? That's what we asked some Dothan residents today.
I vote for the lottery. I like to see it come to Alabama, you know. You won't have to go to Florida. At least it'll be good for the people, I guess.
I would probably vote against it because of the crime and that it bring into the area.
I vote against it because, for one, the money that they're using to try to have a lottery, we should take it towards, you know.
I'd vote against it without any hesitation. I don't believe in gambling. I think that it would be harmful for the state of Alabama.
I have mixed emotions about it, yes and no. Yes, because it's helped the schools in Georgia so much. I'm from Georgia. And the Hope Scholarship, which is a result of the lottery, I think that's really good. And if it's to be used in that way, I would have no objection. But it is to rob people of their money and you know, make their finances less than what they
because it brings more money into the state and give more people opportunity to win, get lucky. We got a lot of poverty in this state.
I would vote for it because America's all about freedom. Adults ought to be able to make their own decisions. And if they want to do something like that, that should be their decision.
I would vote for it. I come from New York. We have the lottery there. And I've seen it do good things for the schools. And right now, both my children are school age, and I think it would be good.
A Dothan state representative, meanwhile, says teenagers searching for hallucinogenic mushrooms are getting to be a real liability for farmers. And he's proposing legislation that he says would help. State Representative Joe Carruthers says he knows of several cases in which teenagers looking for mushrooms growing in cow manure have been hurt by angry bulls, and then the teens want to sue the farmers. Carruthers' bill would prevent landowners from being responsible for injury to trespassers searching for the hallucinogenic mushrooms. Carruthers' bill cleared the House Judiciary Committee's House. Well, rain may be on the way. Let's ask Ryan Williams if we can expect to see those showers tonight. Ryan?
At least good chances of rain. We'll have a close look at Doppler radar up and coming, so please stay with us. The high temperature in Dothan today, very warm, 86 degrees. Don't expect the same thing tomorrow, or for that matter, this weekend when we have some cooler air in place. 78 is the normal high, and it looks like we'll actually go below that norm this weekend for our high. 24-hour low for Dothan, 55 degrees above the normal low of 53. Presently, it is 75 degrees. 50% relative humidity with a strong south wind. And in Ozark, 70 degrees, 59% relative humidity, also a strong south wind. We have a cold front and storm system moving in. Stay with us for the latest on your local forecast. Andrea? Andrea?
Thank you, Ryan. A North Alabama man is getting a lot of exposure tonight after giving Dothan motorists a little too much exposure last night. Police arrested 40-year-old Joseph Patrick Doherty last night after receiving complaints that he was allegedly exposing himself to passing motorists from the window of a motel on the Ross Clark Circle with indecent exposure. Meanwhile, authorities at Florida's Navarre Beach are getting tough on total nudity, too. Nude sunbathers are no longer welcome at Navarre Beach, which has been around the world. Santa Rosa County Sheriff's deputies arrested 17 nude sunbathers this past weekend.
I had one tell me that I was a Bible-toting police officer, that I was infringing on his freedom to bear arms.
Residents say on busy weekends, as many as 200 people have shown up to show all. Well, coming up on News 18, will we finally see some rain tonight? Well, our meteorologist, Ryan Williams, will tell us. Jason Rush introduces us to this week's Pepsi Sports Sidekick. And if you're far from being ready to turn in your taxes, then David Morris is...
A lot of us have babies of our own. Our store raised money for the Children's Miracle Network, who helped make it possible for Taylor to walk. And she decided to thank us by doing her therapy in our store where her grandfather brought her every day. Every year we raise money all over the country for kids like Taylor so we can watch these little miracles. Because we live here too, and we believe good works.
My father was in the Philippines during World War II and had his helmet shot off twice. He and my mother married right after the war and started Lee Buick in 1952. I grew up in this business, and I also grew up with Blue Cross Blue Shield. My father really cared about the people that worked here. I think out of this grew his decision to go with Blue Cross Blue Shield. I've come to depend on it over the years, and I think every employee I have depends on it.
Tomorrow on News 18 in the morning, the United Methodist Children's Home finds foster parents for children. I'll have that story along with your 7-day weather forecast.
Hi, I'm Sam Boswell, Hunting Enterprise, Alabama. Folks, you know we've never used gimmicks or giveaways to get you in our dealership. We make it a pleasant experience buying a new Honda from Sam Boswell Honda. Owned and operated, located across from the Walmart Supercenter in Enterprise, Alabama.
Welcome back to News 18 at 10. So already you've now got less than 26 ready to send off. But what do you do if there's just no way you can make tomorrow's deadline? David Morris tells us.
April 15th is finally here. It's time to file your tax returns. The IRS office is very busy with people just getting started, some that just need a little help, and some that are just turning their returns in. But what do you do if that W-2 or 1099 form doesn't come in on time? On the 15th. You don't want to get fined, but you can't turn your taxes in incomplete. Well, you do have some options. You can get an extension.
Form 4868 is an application for an extension of your personal tax return. This will be your 1040, 1040A, or 1040Z. This will allow you 4-month extension. This is not an extension to pay. This is strictly an extension to file the return.
You have to file, or you get penalized, and you have to send an estimate of what you think you owe with the extension form in order not to get penalized. Another possibility is that you figure out your return and you owe more money too much. What do you do then?
We have the Form 9465, which is an installment agreement form. If someone has prepared their return and they realize they have a liability, set up an installment agreement. There is a processing fee of $43 for this installment agreement, but you can fill out this form.
If you haven't finished your taxes yet and won't be able to come down to the IRS office until the deadline date, don't worry. They will be here all day to answer your questions and help you out in any way.
April 15th, our office will be open from 8 o'clock till 6. We'll be available even through lunch hour for people that want to run by and pick up forms or have questions prepared for them. We do offer this service for the
at the post office from 4:30 p.m. to 8 o'clock p.m. to answer basic questions. Forms. In Dothan, David Morris, News 18.
The City of Enterprise is looking for some help from its citizens' wallets. The Enterprise Fire Department is trying to buy several thermal imaging cameras to increase their firefighting capabilities. But the problem is they're very expensive and there's only enough money in their budget for one. So in hopes of raising enough money to purchase these cameras, the city is adding a voluntary $2 donation into water bills. Anyone with questions regarding the donations can call 347-1211, extension 250. Those cameras are that usually accompany a fire emergency. Well, today, Dothan, the downtown group, city officials, along with representatives from Fort Rucker, officially unveiled mural number 8.
Well, all of the murals have to have some kind of historical value to the Wiregrass, and Fort they contribute so much, the Wiregrass, to the economy and to the people, and so we just felt like it was our way of saluting them and showing them our support for them.
2 more murals are expected in the future, making 10 murals throughout Dothan. The state of Alabama will then promote Dothan as the mural city. Meanwhile, today is the 5th anniversary of the Black Army helicopters were shot out of the sky in the no-fly zone. And it was friendly fire that somehow turned deadly. Jennifer Perry tells us how forget this tragedy.
Years ago today, during the Gulf War, 26 shot down. In honoring these victims, Fort Rucker's Aviation Museum is displaying a
Eagle Flight print by George Finley, which is a watercolor, and we sell that here, and that goes to support the Eagle Flight Detachment Foundation. So if anybody would like to come by and see our display or to purchase that to help that foundation, it would be much appreciated.
This foundation has built a monument honoring the men and women aboard. Part of the funds raised will go towards moving this. For more information, you can contact this organization at www.org.
And a permanent memorial is expected to be placed in memorial. New exhibit at the Wiregrass Museum of Art you need to check out. The Blunt collection features paintings that celebrate the country's bicentennial. Museum curator Carolyn Murphy says it was a special privilege to be able to show this particular exhibit.
We are very fortunate, not only because it's a very fine collection of American art, but because normally it hangs offices in Montgomery where the public isn't necessarily at all times. This is a corporate collection. It is owned by Blunt International, and it rarely travels. So this is actually the first time a lot of these pieces have been out of Montgomery over 6 years.
The owner of this collection is Winton Blunt Sr., the father of Winton Blunt Jr., who recently ran for the Republican. Up ahead on News 18, get out your rain gear. There might be some rain on the way. Ryan Williams will have the weather. Jason Rush hit the links today with the Wallace College Govs. And there's a new twist on foster care.
All flooring is on sale during the semi-annual flooring sale at Brian Holloway Carpet 1, including Bigelow and Benson. DuPont Stainmaster Select is a collection of DuPont-approved carpets made of premium DuPont nylon fiber, starting at just $1.89 a square foot in stock. Interest till 2000. Hurry, sale ends soon.
Come home to the new Rudd Furniture Company. Choose a sofa from our in-stock selection or special order. We've just added over 1,000 new fabrics for you to choose from. We'll even bedroom pieces has never been better. Choose this queen-size carved sleigh bed with rails, only $952. Don't forget, Sealy Posturepedic queen size starts at only $400. And as always, we offer free delivery. That's the new Rudd Furniture Company.
Our discount home sales, our goal is to help you reach your goal.
Right now at Discount Home Sale. And pay only $500 down on select single and double wides.
Here's your game plan. How about this 16 by 80 3-bedroom, 2-bath for only $19,995?
You bet, just $19,995, and that includes delivery, setup, air conditioning, and skirting.
Discount Home Sales is here with an easy and affordable way.
It's the first PRCA Rodeo, presented by Circle D Western Shop and Bob 40 Dodge, on April 16th and the 17th in Marietta at 8 p.m. Top cowboys from all over the USA will be riding bareback, saddle bronc, bull riding, calf roping, steer wrestling, team roping, and barrel racing. Friday, children 12 years and under free. Saturday, children from 5 to 12 years old, $5. Adult tickets, $7 in advance, or $10 at the gate. Marietta, Florida, April 16th and 17th.
We've got Ryan Williams now to tell us that this rain I'm so excited.
Some rainfall. We need
Watch
some
it
rainfall.
go everywhere but my house.
Well, hey, you never know. You know, it's not here yet. We do have some good chances of rain. And as we speak, Andrea, a strong storm system is pounding its way through the southern and central U.S. And as we speak, well, some folks are cleaning up in Texas. 8 businesses were damaged after a storm passed through Conroe, Texas this morning. The storm damaged the Wood Creek Shopping Center in the middle of Conroe. No injuries were reported. And in Midland, Texas, storms spawned baseball-sized hail and pounding rain. Some storms produced straight-line wind gusts above 70 miles per hour. Authorities say at least 20 homes were destroyed and about 60 others were damaged or without power. Thank you for joining us. We're watching and waiting as a spring storm system moves in from our west and a little bit deeper in towards the weekend. Well, it should be well out of our hair, and that means we'll have a nice week as it tracks on towards the north and east, dragging behind it a cold front and bringing with it possibilities of rain, maybe even some strong to severe thunderstorms. Looking at our lightning detector, you can see this is detecting quite a few lightning strikes. These are certainly thunderstorms. Notice, though, as you go further and further south, let's say down through coastal Louisiana, just kind of starts to break up. Hopefully it won't completely break up, but we don't want the strong to severe weather, so maybe we'll just get some beneficial rainfall out of this one. That would be the best case scenario. This is our southeastern satellite imagery. The whitest of these areas are cloud tops that are the highest, and that's normally where the strongest or most severe weather is taking place. And right now you can see right here where I was showing you all those lightning strikes, you can see that white puffy area, and as you move further southward it kind of gets gray, and indeed this is a good indication of what's going on. This is Doppler radar, even better indication of what's going on. This is Doppler radar at about noon today. We'll go ahead and put this in motion. This is a pretty long loop here, noon until up to the present. You can see the overall movement of the storms towards the east. The strongest stuff seems to be a little bit to our north, but over the evening hours I've been watching these bands here developing, so we might see a really long line, although skinny, but long line of showers and thunderstorms, a squall line you might say, pushing through the southeast of Alabama first, southwest Georgia, through the late night hours tonight, meaning long after midnight, probably somewhere around sunrise or so, depending on how fast these storms continue on their track. There's an area of low pressure to our north and west. That's the cold front, and maybe we'll see those squall line thunderstorms kind of line up out in front of the cold front. A little bit deeper in the forecast for tomorrow, we push the cold front through here sometime tomorrow. Right now, it looks to me like around the noon or so hour, we should start to clear on out, and through the evening hours, break up the clouds, and you know the scenario there. Hopefully, we'll get some beneficial rainfall through the late night hours tonight, technically tomorrow morning, and also through the morning hours. And we don't want the severe weather, no doubt about that. Friday's forecast, high pressure spills in, and that means we're setting up for a very, very pleasant weekend, although a little bit on the cool side. Temperatures tonight not on the cool side at all, in the 60s for lows. Tomorrow's highs on the warm side again, but we'll drop them down tomorrow night in the 70s to around 80 tomorrow. Friday's highs only in the 60s. Certain cool down on the way. We do have the possibility of some late night and early morning showers and thunderstorms. Tomorrow clouds will be breaking up late in the day. Highs soaring into the mid-70s to around 80 degrees. A strong southerly flow again, so a windy day. Looking out 7 days, there's your chance of showers and thunderstorms tomorrow. Cooling on down for your Friday to a high of around 68 degrees. We haven't seen cool weather like this for quite some time. So if you've got some firewood on the back deck, I think this is our last blast of cool air. Go ahead and burn up what you got.
You know, I'm excited that we're relief from the heat as well.
It hasn't happened yet, but that's we're waiting on the rainfall. We're watching those thunderstorms. They might be some hit and miss, but some of us certainly will get some rainfall, and the cool weather is definitely on the way.
Perfect. Thanks, Ryan. Abused and neglected children need all the love, kindness, and help they can get. Now there's a new program here in the Wiregrass that's ready to lend a hand. Michelle Thurman tells us all about it.
Childhood means a promise of happiness, hope, and trust. A promise to be cared for and loved. But too many times, and a child is left feeling like no one cares. In Alabama and West Florida, nearly 40,000 reports of child abuse and neglect were filed last year. That's 2 or 3 every hour of the day. The United Methodist Children's Home is working to help those children through their therapeutic foster care program.
Our children have a lot of emotional needs, and they need someone to care for them and love them and take care of them. And they need someone to help them succeed in life, and that's what we do here.
The children in the human resources. The kids are then placed in a temporary foster home and go through extensive counseling and tutoring with their parents.
They do have a lot of trials ahead of them. We work together, the teacher, and anyone else that's significant in their lives, all work together, and we help them succeed in life.
The child's foster parents play a critical role in the recovery process, so prospective parents are screened and go through 40 hours of training before ever being assigned to a child.
It's training that prepares them for situations that might occur in the home once they are certified as foster parents or licensed as foster parents.
At the end of the 40-hour training period, the foster parents are then placed with a child who they can provide the best care for.
What we do is try to find strengths in parents that will help those children with particular needs.
The therapeutic foster care program is always looking for good foster parents. If you are interested in becoming a foster parent, you can contact the United Methodist Children. Thurman, News 18.
We welcome Jason Rush to the desk. I understand it was a great day for golfing.
Well, of course, the National Junior College Championships are coming to town, and it's going to be not only a great day, but a great week here in the very near future. And once again, this year, we're going to go one-on-one with the Wallace College Govs. We'll study in depth the 5 guys who will be contending. We have a little bit of a pre-tournament that is coming to the Wiregrass. Stay tuned. All that and more coming up next. The Junior College National Golf Championships are right around the corner, and today, to kickstart the tournament, Media Day out at Highland Oaks, previewing the 4th-ranked team in the nation. to win the national championship last year at Highland Oaks. Wallace came in at 98 and are hoping a year's worth of experience will net the wire. 3 freshmen starting in the lineup. They do have Mr. Barry Briggs returning, bringing his #1 skills to the table and a big-time golf under their belt, which is an overwhelming advantage in making this year's tournament a huge success.
You know, last year was great, but with the Nike Tour coming, there's a little bit of added excitement and enthusiasm, and we knew the volunteers would be out working with us again because we've got such great people in the Wiregrass. But this year's with the Nike Tour, the enthusiasm and last year's success has been it's just kind of ignited the enthusiasm for the tournament. So we're excited about it, and we just pray for good weather.
And I think it's a good indication that Dothan and the Wiregrass can come together on a particular tournament or event and really sponsor something that's significant for us. We're looking for a very good this time. We know a little bit more, and we're going to be a little smoother on some of the rough spots than we were last year, so we think that's going to be good.
The Govs aren't the preparing in advance for the '99 season. The Dale County Warriors were the only area team to hold a spring game on the gridiron. With so much attention being focused these days on baseball this time of year, it's hard to think about football, but Dale County did it, and it should pay huge dividends in the fall. Continuing his interview with Coach Monday on the spring game is our very own Mark Wingate, this week's Pepsi Sports Sidekick.
What do you feel about your offense? Did they show improvement as well?
Oh, I think Billy Scott had a great spring, and Joseph Gordon had a great spring, and I think our offensive line got better. I think Patrick Whidden came in at quarterback, did a good job, and I think we're going to be good on ball this year.
All right. Any predictions for next year? You care to go out on a limb?
Well, I think Will and us and Pike County, and I think it'd be a dogfight, but I look for us to be back in the state playoffs, and once you get there, anything can happen.
And some local football going on tonight. Soccer Academy all over Eufaula, leading 4-0 in the second half. Sebastian Heersink way out of position. That put the Raiders up 5-0, and it stayed. Improving to 10-7-1 on the year, going for win number 11 on the road tomorrow night against Alabama. As well for the Raiders, continuing their fine season on the field. Well, the Atlanta Braves were in action this evening, trying to extend their winning streak to 3 games and counting. Taking on Philadelphia tonight at the Vet, Chipper Jones gets things started with a big bang for Atlanta. The deep shot to right field, Chipper in the second with a double. Otis Nixon 1-0, good guys. How about it? 2 batters later, Ryan Klesko hits on the night for him. Into the left center field gap, Chipper in, Javi Lopez on his way home. Klesko with a 2-run double. The Braves lead it 4-0. 5-zip inning when Javi Lopez tees off on Paul Bird's fastball. On its way into left field, bleachers, Braves take a commanding lead in this ballgame. A 6-run lead. Lopez has got to be the hottest player right now for Atlanta. Well, you know it's going bad when Gerald Williams comes up to the plate and does what he does next. How about it? Williams pitch hitting into the left field stands. This one's over. When this guy hits home runs against you, you can just call it a night. See you later. Hasta la vista. The Braves extend their winning streak to 3 games and counting. Ryan Klesko, a big night for Atlanta tonight. 4 for 4 with 2 RBIs to lead the way on offense. Kevin Millwood puts up evens his record up to 1-1. And finally tonight, if we've got the Diaper Derby for you here, this is some classic video from out of Richmond, Virginia. Check it out. The Diaper Dandies doing the Derby, going for the victory in the Huggy Shootout. The prize for winning the Baby Diaper Dandy Derby, well, you get a new stroller and a 4-month supply of what else but diapers and some great formula. And if that isn't good stuff, Andrea, I don't know what is. And you never know where the future runners in track and field come from. There you go, Huggy supplying the Diaper Dandies for us.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. There's a triathlete just waiting to spring out right there.
They're in diapers now, and they're waiting to get out of those diapers just like a little Forrest Gump. Run straight from the diapers into the track.
Thanks, Jason. And here's a look at what's coming up next on Nightline.
I'm Ted Koppel. Coming up on Nightline, are horrific, the facts less certain. Scores of refugees killed in Kosovo, NATO and Belgrade point the finger at each other, unraveling the mystery tonight.
What flat fits in your pocket and makes it easy to get around?
I don't know, a really small skateboard maybe?
Here's another hint. It makes a perfect gift.
I know, jewelry.
Of course not, silly. It's an A.W. Herndon Citgo prepaid cash card.
Ooh.
It's good for gas, goods, and services at any participating Citgo location. Whole dollar amounts from $500 to $300.
Let me hold that for a minute.
Yeah, right. Just long enough to fill up your tank, huh?
Oh, no, come
No
on.
way.
Herndon Citgo Food Mart.
Say hello to Susan Williams. She's a plant manager with 200 employees and her own personal energy company. In the industry, and keeps her electricity flowing and her factory running even when Susan herself can't make it to work. Want to have your own personal energy company like Susan? Well, if you live in Alabama, you probably do. Alabama Power, a Southern company.
Norcoat windows and patio. Great looks, durability, and quality, all within an affordable budget. At H&H Windows and Doors, you'll get exactly what you want from Norco. Norco's been crafting fine wood windows and patio doors for the past 75 years. Put Norco to the you expect. Visit our showroom, see our oak and mahogany entryway doors and the beautiful top door, downtown Dothan, 178 South St. Andrews.
How do you want your children to grow up? The FBI says states with legalized gambling have... Without letting you vote, the Alabama Senate is about to pass a bill the Attorney General says legalizes video and casino gambling. This isn't the lottery. News says, say no to this sneaky attempt to bring casino gambling to Alabama. Call your senator at 33... No on video and casino gambling.
And one more time, Ryan is going to give us a little clue as what we can expect when we wake up in the morning.
We'll go ahead and take a look at Doppler radar. You can see some showers and thunderstorms moving in from our west. They're all rolling eastward. Right now, it looks like if we do hold this line together, it should be here somewhere in the morning hours, probably close to sunrise. You have to give me an hour either way here, though. Temperatures in the 60s tomorrow. Possibilities of showers and thunderstorms are there. Strong southerly flow up to 15 miles per hour or so. The clouds will be breaking up late in the day tomorrow. Scattered showers and thunderstorms, a possibility, highs 76 to 81 degrees. So still warm, but by the weekend, well, Andrea, we have some cool weather on tap for us right here in the Wiregrass.
Okay, well, we're looking forward to finally some April showers and a little cool down. Thanks, Ryan. And thank you for joining Ryan, Jason, and myself here at News 18 at 10. Stay tuned. Nightline is next.